It's fun. It's just my hype song. It's no biggie. First off, I want to take the opportunity to thank you all for coming here this weekend. I know from personal experience how great this retreat is and how much it's worth. I first went on an awakening retreat in the spring this year, and let me tell you, it has got to be top 10 retreats I've been on in my life, maybe even top 5. I knew before school ended that I was giving this talk. I did, because I asked for this one because this seemed like the least stressful one. This is the one that, no offense, will stick with people probably the least. There's not going to be a person who walks away from this retreat and is like, boy, am I glad I went on this retreat. I was quite the Satanist before this, but as soon as that guy got up there and thanked us for coming on the retreat, he sure turned my life around, right? Like, that's just not going to happen. First off, I'm like 60% sure none of you are Satanists. And second off, this retreat has some of the most impactful talks that I've heard in my life, and that's no joke, unlike my GHS class. Here's the thing, though, about planning a retreat with very few people. It takes a lot to put on a retreat, and I'd like to give a shout out right now to all the head honchos who kept me in line over the summer working on my stuff. Putting on a retreat with this amount of people is a lot of double duty, and so when we were sort of choosing to do talks and stuff, I had already gotten this welcoming talk gig, and I was feeling pretty good. And in that meeting, I sort of stared off into space for a while, and I wasn't paying attention. I'm not totally proud of that. I'm also not totally proud that at my job over the summer, I was looking at memes most of the day. But it happened. Anywho, I was twiddling my thumbs or something, and suddenly I snapped at it. Like, you know those, like, times you might be about to doze off, and right as you're about to fall asleep, you have one of those, like, dreams where you're falling, and then you kick yourself awake, like, oh! Thought I was gonna die there. Afraid I wasn't gonna get my minimum wage paycheck from Butler. Glad I can now. Yeah, I had one of those dreams, and everyone looked at me, and so I looked over at someone's retreat packet, and there was one spot left, and it took me exactly 0.56 seconds to deduce what position I was going to have. 0.56 seconds for my brain to use the process of elimination. It took 5 seconds for someone to break the silence. Luckily someone did, or I think we might have been entranced like that forever. Thankfully that didn't happen. Sarah Bronstein just goes, I think you do a great job as the chef. And I'm like, I do exactly that. I go like, sounds awesome. And people are congratulating me and saying, you'll do a great job. Suddenly I made eye contact with Erin, and she unfortunately knows a deep, dark secret of mine. She knows something that no one else in the room knew. She knows that I have absolutely no clue as to how to work an oven. And here's what's worse, is that I had no clue how to tell these people that me, technically adult, had never used an oven before. I watched a lot of cartoons as a kid, but they never prepared me for using an oven. You know what they prepared me for? They prepared me for a situation where I'm lost in the woods and a plane's about to crash. Something's wrong with the engine or something, and in order to save the plane, they drop whatever's cargo they're carrying. Like, first off, that makes total sense. Cartoons have prepared me to survive with unconventional things. Cartoons did not prepare me for preheating an oven. I am really excited to do this, though. It should be a lot of fun for me. I really hope y'all like all the stuff I have planned, and I hope it's not like the chicken nuggets from last year. If you do have any complaints, though, my name is Emily Hitchens, and I live at the Blue House. My diet is Sunday supper leftovers and unconsecrated communion wafers. This retreat is really great, though. Like, I don't know why any of you are here, like, your reasons or anything, and I don't think it really matters. It doesn't matter why you're here, it just matters that you are here. College is tough, we all know that, and yet we choose to be here. We could be doing homework or homework, but no, something that we've probably all heard a million times is that you are on your own in college. That could mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people, but to me, it was always about faith. I live 20 minutes away from Butler, and I have all the access to the resources I did when I was home, except for one thing. My parents are no longer with me going to Mass, telling me to go to Mass, telling me to go to confession, or anything like that. Now all of that is on me. Luckily, most of the people I like to hang out with now are in the BCC, and we all go to things together, and that's great, and that makes it easy. Not to say I wouldn't go on my own, but going with people you know is undoubtedly easier than solo. But that may not be the case for all of you. I'm just here to commend all of you for coming here right now in order to strengthen your faith. No matter what stage your faith life is in, you will get something out of this. In the words of Father Michael, you are right to be here. You are right to be here. That being said, I would like to ask one question of all of you that you will have to answer for yourself. Why are you here? And if you're questioning whether you are holy enough to be here, first off, stop that. Stop. There's no way to compare holiness. God's plan includes everyone in the universe, and that includes you being right here, right now. To wrap myself up, you are enough, and I hope that you have a great retreat. For myself and all of the retreat staff, welcome to Bulldog Awakening 1. Let's have some fun.